Okay, we're recording. Hi, guys. I'm Bethany, and this is Melinda and I's first training. So this week we're going to be going over how to sign distributors. Let me unmute you, Melinda. Hold on. Okay, you should be unmuted.
Cool. Okay. Thanks, Cindy, for hopping on. I love your pictures and your posts. Okay, so I am Melinda. I am going to ask Bethany some questions about signing DTs. She's been signing DTs like crazy since we started. We started at the same time, and she's just like really good at this. So first question is, how do you find potential DTs?
Okay, so I feel like I do that like multiple different ways, and there's not really a specific way, honestly. Especially at the beginning, they didn't really come to me. I had to go to them. So one of the main things that I do is actually like I'll be talking to someone about like products as a customer, and then they'll say like, "Oh, I can't afford it." And then I'll throw out, "Oh, have you ever thought about like doing something like what I do and working from your phone so that you can make an extra income to have money to spend on stuff that you want to spend on yourself?" And then usually, of course, because they said they don't have money, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested," and I'll tell them about it, and then I'll tell them about how it's only $99 to join, and then they'll be like, "Okay, I can't do it right now because of course I don't have money right now," and then from there I'll be like, "Okay, well, would there be a good time to check back in with you and try to get a date from them about like when to follow up with them?" So that's one way that I bring in potentials. Another way is, especially lately, is doing host to post. So on Instagram, the only host to post that I use is the distributor host to post because I didn't really find a bunch of success for myself doing the customer host to posts on Instagram. So my goal is every day to get up at least 10 host to posts on Instagram for distributors. So then I get like anywhere from like 3 to 15 like potential distributors almost every day coming into my like inbox. So that doesn't mean that they necessarily sign up because I don't think I've had anybody sign up like directly right away. But of course, that just means like my potential list grows. I think from doing that between December and this month, I have like 150 potential distributors just from the past 2 months. So that is my main way right now.
Awesome. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I like the way that you turn it around. If they can't afford the products, you offer the business. That's really smart instead of just like ending the conversation there. Okay, number 2, how do your conversations go to relate to them?
So you kind of want to bring in like what they're going to expect out of the business. So like I'll start with a generic like, have you heard of network marketing? And then regardless of whether they say yes or no, I always answer with like kind of what we do. I'll just be like, "Okay, well, that's what I do for this company called It Works. It's a health and wellness company. So basically I'm advertising for them on my social media. I'm posting and reaching out to people and following up with people. Does that sound like something that you could do?" And then normally they'll say yes. And then I'll say from there, I'll be like, "Awesome. So tell me a little bit more like about yourself and what it could do for you. And do you have any questions for me?" So then I'm getting from them like what they're expecting out of it, what they need money for. So they'll be like, "Oh, I'm in college and I can't really do a regular job," or, "Oh, I work 2 jobs and I don't want to work 2 jobs all the time and be busy all the time," or, "Oh, I want to be able to stay home with my kid," whatever their reason is. Then when they respond, I can kind of relate back to them and be like, "Oh, I have girls on my team, or I know girls on my team that have that same thing that they joined the business for, and now they're able to stay home with their kids, or they were able to quit their job, or whatever," so that they know that I like know someone that relates to their story if it doesn't relate like directly to my story. And then if it relates directly to my story, I can be like, "Oh my goodness, same thing." And then usually they'll ask questions because I ended also with like, "Do you have any questions?" And then I just go answer their questions from there. And then I usually just end with like, well, not necessarily end, but like one of my last messages will be like, awesome. So to get started, you just have to jump on my website and order a starter kit. It used to be $300 and now it's only $99. So is now a good time for you to get started, or do you need to wait for payday? And I don't even know whose Zoom I was on that I like got those ideas from the script from. But the saying it used to be $300 and now it's only $99, I feel like is really helpful, because then people are like, oh, it's like super cheap now. And then ending it with like, are you ready, or do you need to wait for payday, gets a lot more responses than just saying like, sound good, because then people are like, oh, I don't have money for that, I'm just not going to answer. But if they see that like I say, do you want to wait for payday, they'll usually just be like, oh yeah, I need to wait a little bit, or I need to wait for payday. You're muted. I can't hear ya. Hold on. How did you get muted again? Wait.
Okay, there we go. I was able to mute myself, but not unmute myself.
Unmute yourself. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Saying that 300 and now it's 99 because it's true. And I love the, are you ready? Do you need to wait for payday? Because I have never done that. So I'm learning a lot from you right now. I've been taking a lot of notes here. That's awesome. It's all about the way you word it. You don't want them to feel like you're pressuring them today to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, because we're not in the pressuring business.
Yeah, and more than likely they're not going to sign up today. So like if you know, like, and you're putting it out there that you already know that they probably don't want to get started right away, they want to think about it, or they need to save money, then they're going to be more likely to sign up in the future.
That makes sense. Okay, number 3. How do you seal the deal, and do they sign on the spot?
Okay, so I guess I kind of already halfway answered that one, because no, they don't sign on the spot. So with sealing the deal, it happens a lot for me, like when we have like discounted starter kits. Not necessarily all the time, because I've signed multiple girls for the $99, but a lot of times what I'll do, like when we have $69 starter kits or $49 starter kits or whatever, I'll like go through my calendar and follow up with like literally every person. Like whenever I'm writing down people that I've talked to, I write down like what they were interested in. So if they wanted to be a distributor, I already know that. So I'll go through my calendar and follow up with like literally all of the people that wanted to be a distributor, and like tell them that it's only $69 or whatever, and I only have like 2 or 3 spots, and ask if they want to sign up. So that's how I seal the deal a lot of times when we have the discount spots. If it's like we don't have any discounts or anything, it's still the 99, I'll usually have gotten a date from them, or have tried to get a date from them, so that I have a day to like check back in with them, and I'll just be like, hey girl, I saved your spot for today, are you ready to get started? And then sometimes they just don't even answer, or sometimes they're like, oh, I need to wait a little bit still. So then I'll try to remember to follow up with them like the following Friday and be like, hey girl, is like this weekend a better time for you? And then I just continue to follow up with them, whether it's every Friday or like every other Friday or once a month, like whenever I can get to it, just because I have so many potentials. I just try to check in, make sure that I'm checking in with all of them like whenever I can, because eventually they're going to be ready, even if they're not ready right now. But nobody that I've signed up has signed up on the spot that I remember. I might have had like one person out of the like 60 or so that I've signed in the past year.
Awesome. Let's see, you have really good follow-up messages. Is this weekend a better time for you, or not? That's awesome. Another one thing that I've had success with, I guess, well, a lot of people responded to the message I sent about the VIP lounge. So I would say, like, as a follow-up, I'd say something like, hey, I know you were interested in what I do, working for my phone. Would you be interested in, or can I put you in a video in a chat on Facebook that has 3 videos that gives you an inside look into the business? And almost all of them said yes. And so I would like put them in there, and they'd watch the videos, and they were all really interested, and so it just kind of keeps them interested. They didn't sign up on the spot, except they did have one person sign up after watching those videos, and she was like, I need this. So that
That's
was
awesome. So I did that too a while ago, but then I like didn't check back in with people after that. Did you like add them to the VIP lounge, and then did you like tag them in the videos to make sure that they like saw them, or what exactly did you do with that?
I didn't tag them in the videos that maybe I should have, but no, I just let them watch them. And then I followed up with them and was like, hey, did you watch the videos? What did you think? Some people answered, some people didn't.
I should have followed up with them because I definitely did that, and then I like was just like, okay, you're in the group, and then just let them do their own thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I made a little mental note. I only put a few people in there, not everybody, because I didn't think everybody, I mean, I can't prejudge people, but like I had specific people who I thought like they would be great at this because they like post already really nicely, or like they had kids and stuff like that. And so that was helpful. I didn't go through everybody and send them that message. So maybe I should. Okay. Number 4, how many DTs do you sign a month?
Okay. So it really varies. Like I'll have months where I sign like only like 2 or 3. I always like aim for at least doing our steps to success, which is 3. I usually get at least 2 and then sometimes 3, but then there will be months where it's just like I did a bunch of work the month before, and so now like they're all signing up. So like I want to say October last year, I signed like 8 or 9 in a month
Oh
just
yeah.
because I had done so much work like during the summer that like in October everybody's ready. And then I feel like I like stopped like following up with people because I was like focusing on the 8 or 9 that signed up, which wasn't smart. Like, yes, I need to focus on the 8 or 9 distributors that I now have, but I also need to continue to do what I was doing before to continue to bring in 8 or 9 every month. So then like in November and December, it kind of like fell back to the back in like 2 or 3 just because I needed to get back into like following up with so many people. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've been doing this month is like following up with everybody and getting a whole bunch more potential so that hopefully once conference hits at the end of the month into February, I'll just be like, whoosh, bunch of distributors coming in. That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. That sure is the plan. I'm gonna tomorrow. I'm getting on TikTok because I
Right.
I messaged Morgan and I saw her video that she posted. That was the one that Courtney was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and she got maybe like 150 messages on there, maybe more. I don't know. And then she told me that 200 people messaged her on Instagram. They came to her. So,
Oh my gosh. See, like, I want to do that. Now, I'm going to do that, and then I feel like it's not going to happen, but I need to have a positive mindset about it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And my plan, I think, is to make like 1 or 2 videos that are not business related, just so that like if someone's looking at them, it's not like immediately like she's on here for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do that and then come up with a video that's about the business because what's her name? Allie Frazier did one and she got hundreds of people to her page too. And she's
Wow,
almost
so
signed
cool.
like 9 or 8 distributors this month already from that. So,
I need to look for her on TikTok to watch hers too. I got a TikTok like 2 weeks ago, and so I've done a couple like just like fun silly videos, and I did a couple like just casually throwing in the business, but it wasn't like the business opportunity. Like I just like was drinking my immunity and then like drinking my celery. But I need to like tomorrow probably I'm gonna do like a business one on my TikTok and
totally.
see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was all of my questions, right? Your turn.
I have the last question, and are they all working? Are all of your distributors still
Okay.
working?
Okay, so yeah, you can't get discouraged by the fact that not all of your distributors are going to continue to work and put effort in. There literally will be people that like sign up and then disappear. Like at least a handful of times I've had people sign up and then they're like, "Okay, I signed up." And then I'm like, "Awesome. Are you ready to like put your first post up?" And they like don't answer. I'm just like, "Hmm, okay. You just paid $99. You don't want to put your first post up so you can like at least make your money back?" And they just like don't answer. So I'll follow up with them. And then sometimes there'll be people that like come back and they're like, "I'm so sorry. I just had like a busy time in life, or I just got overwhelmed, or I just got scared about it." And then they start working, or they start working again if they stopped. But there's always people that come in and they are just amazing and like rock your business. So you just want to continue to enroll distributors, because you can enroll like 8 or 9 in a month and only have like one of them that actually is like amazing and bringing in a whole bunch of customers. But don't let that discourage you, because if you do that every month, then in a couple months you're going to go diamond, because you're going to have enough girls working with you to like bring in the customers for that, and they'll start
Mhm.
bringing in distributors themselves as well, which is awesome.
And yeah, and the nice thing about that, yeah, it's just like a snowball effect. It just starts happening because um, you start getting the people who actually see that you're working and they want to work and they want the same thing, and then it just snowballs. I'm kind of in that right now, so that's something I want to keep. I want to keep that momentum up.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay, so your turn for questions. So my first question for you is, how do you attract potential distributors to your business?
Um, okay, vision is like my big word for that, is creating a vision for yourself. So like, what are you doing in this business? Why is this going to help you? Are you using the products? Which product is helping you? If you're not, like, you can talk about people who are in the business who it's helping. And I think that creating a vision, a true vision of what you want from it and what's actually happening, like you could literally make a post about anything that's happening in your business. Say you made your first customer. That's one post right there. Another post could be your shopping spree. I just got my huge shopping spree in this business, and just literally go from there and creating this momentum for yourself where people are like interested, like, hey, this person's actually doing stuff with this. And you want to be open and transparent. And when I first started, I was so scared, I was so nervous, I was freaked out by even posting or sharing. And it took me months to actually like get up the courage to start messaging people to be on my team. When I really didn't have to wait that long, I could have just asked my upline, like, hey, help me, I just signed up a person. So yeah, so creating a vision through your life posts, shout out your goals. Let's see. And also be loud about your goals. And so that's something that I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get better at my life posts, and I'm trying to get better at being loud and like consistently loud. Like, so if someone's been following me for 2 weeks, they already know what I do, sort of what I like, and what I'm running towards. So I'm like shouting out diamond in my in my videos, and well, at least I'm trying to. So vision, that's how I try to attract distributors to my business. People will message me and like, what are you talking about, this diamond thing? Like, what do you mean making money from your phone? I'm interested. So things like that.
Awesome. I love that. I think I like that you mentioned that, because life posts are like super important. Even if like you feel like you're not bringing in people from them, like people are still watching them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another thing. So what I've been doing consistently for the last almost 2 weeks is I'll post a life post and then I'll post a few interactive things, like one interactive thing, but like that pertains to me. So like today I posted like, I think I need glasses. Does anybody have any recommendations in Austin for where I can get an eye exam? 20 people or 10 people commented on that, and it was specific to me. And what else? I will share like tips. I'm looking for things that like people will want to know about. So like the other day, I just went on Pinterest, and I love Pinterest. So I found a like image that had 50 tips, 50 self-care tips. And then I wrote like, in case you're having a bad day, or in I think it was like the holiday had just passed. So I was like, in case you're feeling a little down after the 3-day weekend, something like that. So like making it relevant to holidays, what's going on in everybody's world, and then what's going on in mine. And I've been getting a lot of like interaction and comments from that. So then they see my life post more because I'm doing that.
That's smart. That makes sense. Okay, so next question is, what do you do to bring in potentials?
Yeah, that's very similar to the first question. Sorry about that. Okay, so I would say, I think you touched on this already, but host to post. Today, I finally branched out, and instead of doing just a product host to post, I did a few host to post for the business. And it just says like, it basically says, do you want to make $500 or more on social media, Facebook and Instagram? No experience needed, something like that. And I'm getting tons of people interested. And so that's a lot of potentials. Of course, I get some potentials on there that I'm like, no, I don't want this person on my team, like old men and like people who have like curse words all over their page. And I'm like, do I even message them? I don't want this person on my team. But you also get a lot of cool people that like are truly interested. But you just literally just have to put it out there. So host a post on Facebook today. I started that. I don't know why I never did it before, but I was scared. So.
Well, that's an awesome way to bring I love it. But yeah, when I have like guys comment on it, on 90% of the time I'm just like, I'm not even messaging you, because like you're like, unless they're like a guy that like their page is decent and they're like around like a like middle like 20s or 30s, and I'm like, okay, maybe you actually do want to do this. But if they're like an old man, like you said, I'm just like, you don't actually want to do this. Like, why are you commenting on this?
Yeah, I made a mistake in like, I mean, I don't know. I'm giving them a chance.
That's true. That's true. That's good.
So I'll just tell them what it is, and hopefully if they say no, I can just remember to unfriend them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next question. How do you overcome objections?
I try to relate to them. So if they say something like, I don't think I'd be able to do this, I'm scared. I'll tell them like, I was scared too. And, I'll go into the spiel of like, people are not paying your bills. Like if this is gonna help you, this is gonna be something good for you. Like, why would you, worry about what other people think? Also, we have a really awesome like objections like post in our tribe page, which I use that a lot. But yeah, mainly I try to relate to them in some way, or like, I'm too busy to do this. And I'll say, I started this working 3 different jobs. I was also very busy and I was dancing, all this stuff. I don't go into too much detail, but I try to relate. Like, I know what it's like to be busy. I know that there's people on this business who have kids also, full-time jobs, and they're doing this on the side. So you can literally fit it in the pockets of your day. So yeah, that's.
Okay. So what I feel like one of the most common objections is like they don't have the money to start. So when they tell you that, what do you say?
You know, I really try to get them with the Klarna thing. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
ah,
I understand that you don't have I understand that you don't have the money right now, but would you be able to afford it if it was split into 4 payments? Um, it makes it less than $30 a month.
I forgot about Klarna. That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
that's what I
That's
usually do.
okay. Well, I just got my little notification came up and was like, your meeting is about to end because we're about to hit the 40-minute mark. But okay, awesome. I'm super excited that you hopped on, Cindy, and I'm super excited that Melinda and I got to do our first training together. So we will be
Yeah.
back next Thursday, or Melinda will be at conference next Thursday, but I will at least be back next Thursday. And if she's not at like worship night or something, maybe she'll be on. All right.
And maybe I'll be able to, if my phone works in there, live stream a little bit of the worship night
Oh,
in
that
our
would be so
page.
awesome. That would be awesome.
Cool.